Welcome back to Mentioning. It's time for another episode review. Welcome back to Mentioning. This is going to be on Zenshu episode 3, which aired 2 weeks ago, but I watched it and had to rewatch it to make this video because I wanted to be detailed on what I was going to say. I won't say the whole episode, but I will say most of it. So if you're looking for a review of it, here it is. Zenshu is a series airing on Crunchyroll. Time of recording, there's 4 episodes, so I will be watching the 4th episode today and probably reviewing it tomorrow. But I don't know when I'll be posting it, so I'll try my best to post it this week as well. Um, it is a very interesting series. It is about a writer who essentially got isekai'd into one of her favorite works, not of her, but of someone else. And yeah, she's living her life there and trying to survive because it is a kind of death drama type of series. So, anyways, guys, before anything else, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can follow me on social media by checking the description below. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I will be going live in a few days, so if you guys want to for sure catch that, again, the best way is to subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so you get notified when I'll be going live. I'm going with Arceus and with Brittany, so that'll be a fun night again. Okay, let's talk about this series. So we're again following the life of Natsuko. She got incarnated. Episode 3 picks up after the battle in the second episode, and essentially everyone is celebrating. They're having a good time. They're safe. Their crops are safe. Um, Everything thanks to Natsuko, right? She again has lived this, so she's been able to tell them heads up on the future attacks. Now, that kind of ends this episode, and I'll get to that point, but essentially everyone's having fun. Luke Braveheart, our main character of the nine gang, he doesn't want to celebrate. He's like, we have to be always on our toes because something could happen, which that comes and bites him in the butt at the end of the episode. We'll get to that. But he's telling everyone that we need to be on our toes because we don't know when the next attack is. And Natsuko says, "Don't worry, I've seen what happens. It's not gonna happen until until a rainy day." Um, that comes and bites her as well at the end of the episode. So they're kind of doing their own thing. Yunio is doing his own thing, trying. He's kind of like the Casanova of the group. He likes to like attract the girls and all that. And then Memin, which we'll get back to her again, but she goes off with elf friends, and that's pretty much it. Um, while all of this is introduced and happening, the bigger part of the episode is the introduction of a new character. Um, Now it is the mayor's daughter, and that's Destiny Heartwarming, or just Destiny. Destiny is trying to marry herself off to a very rich man so that he can build her an orphanage in a different town and essentially give power to her father as well. This guy has 8 wives already, so he wants her to be her ninth wife. She doesn't really want to be with him, but sees the benefits out of it. In the original work that Natsuko knows about, she eventually falls in love with Luke, and the death of her is the thing that makes him go insane. At least what we're seeing from Natsuko's mind. But we're slowly seeing that stuff is changing. Stuff is not happening like it happened in Natsuko's memories of the work because she stopped already 2 big events that would have affected the whole city and the whole story. So what ends up happening is Destiny basically betroths almost this guy, and Natsuko doesn't understand why she's not falling for Luke yet because that's what happens in the story, and then realizes, oh, like maybe I'm messing with the story too much, that she is essentially not gonna even try to approach Luke because Luke is not seen as a as like the biggest hero anymore. Like that's not really mentioned, but you gotta also consider that he's not considered the biggest hero anymore. The one that is Natsuko. And he himself is also, I guess his confidence is not all there either. So he doesn't need any comforting because his friend Junior didn't die. So there's a lot of things that she's affected through the story because of it. So eventually they do bump into each other, and there's this whole lovey-dovey scene, and Destiny starts getting Luke Braveheart drunk. Right, the guy that said to be on your toes, he starts getting drunk. They start having fun. She breaks off her engagement with the guy. So the story kind of is falling back into what it's supposed to be. But then there is an attack. There's one of those monsters shows up, and Natsuko and everyone really are caught by surprise. Everyone's trying to stop it, and Natsuko finally draws this epic character called the Cerebral Cat Mask Warrior, and he essentially is like a wrestling cat dude and wrestles the monster to death. Um, Everyone loves him, specifically Destiny. And Natsuko again faints again and is faints for about 3 days. So whenever she wakes up, again, Luke Braveheart is taking care of her. Natsuko's there by his side. He explains to her, "You've been out for 3 days." She's like, "That's normal." And then Destiny shows up, and Destiny is her own goofy self. Like she has a mask of the serval cat mask dude. But I kind of got the feeling that Destiny and Luke are not gonna end up together. Um, I feel Luke is gonna fall in love for Natsuko, and they're gonna have their own love story. And Destiny is becoming more of an independent woman of, you're right, I don't need anyone in my life to fulfill my dreams type of person, because that's what Natsuko really encourage and place into her heart. So the episode ends with an awkward conversation between Natsuko and Memin, the elf girl. She shows up again, and Natsuko points out that she wasn't anywhere around during the battle or before the battle, and makes it seem like there's something fishy there. And I think there is. I think Memin has something to do with the attacks, and because now she is hearing the possible attacks or memories of Natsuko, be able to inform whoever is controlling these monsters so that they can be more random and less of what Natsuko is expecting. So, in a nutshell, the story did move along quite a bit. We have the love interest finally showed up, which seems like she might not be the love interest. Natsuko seems to be like the main love interest, to be honest. And then we have possible betrayal, possible, almost, I guess, genocide. Like it seems like it was her and her elf friends who are planning all this. So they're trying to get rid of all the humans and elves, I guess, to rule that land. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. It is a very intense series when it comes to the actual story. It's very funny, very comical. So I do recommend it. It is on Crunchyroll. Like I said, this is the third episode. The fourth one's already out, so go check it out. It is dubbed and subbed, so you guys can enjoy it in any language. Thank you again for watching this, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.